Hello and welcome back to the GB Fantasy Football channel. In this video, we're going to be talking all things chips, all things transfers, and looking ahead to the game week deadline coming up at the weekend. We're going to be looking at how the team might set up as well. If you like the content, please like, subscribe, and comment down below on how your teams are shaping up for the weekend fixtures. The socials will be there also. Let's crack on with the video. First off, let's talk about those much important, extremely necessary chips. This time of the season, if you've already used your chips, you're running behind with regards to people's teams and how many points you could possibly get. Personally, I've still got the free hit chip left. We've got the bench boost, and we've currently got the assistant manager chip ongoing. And with a double game week, it could be massive. I've only had Eddie Howe for the last 2 weeks. He had a double and a single. He's picked up maximum points for what he could have got. No good fixtures, unfortunately. No fixtures where we was getting those bonus for league positions. He's got his 11-pointer against Leicester last week, and he's picked up a nice, I believe it was 10 points against Man United. And with the Crystal Palace fixture coming up in the week, I'm hoping for another 10 points. Let's go on to the chip show, shall we? Actually, before we get there, I will be changing the assistant manager this week to Mikel Arteta. The double with Ipswich and Crystal Palace is just too tasty to turn down. It's good. Onto the chips. The free hit chip, so strong every year. It dictates what transfers we can bring in, who we can't bring in, because there will be blanking in that fixture. Well, 34 that is. Personally, that is exactly when I will be using my free hit chip. I kept it all this time, and with the blanks coming up in 34, it means I can attack teams like Manchester City, Crystal Palace, and Arsenal. Those fixtures being brought forward from 34 to 33, meaning that they double, creating a great chance for points. 34 is when I'm aiming for that chip. Bench boost, so, is a different game altogether. I'm currently not too sure when that is going to be played. I'm thinking 35. Areola on the bench was aimed for the bench boost. He's the cheapest starting goalkeeper out of the budget. So with players playing on the bench in 35 against some good fixtures, I can see some much needed points there. But that is subject to change with regards to any possible doubles in 36. But currently that is when I'm lining up to use that chip. Transfers. I've currently got, I believe, 3 transfers to shift and change players around my team. With the double coming up and a blank, I'm going to attack this double with the free hit chip still looming in the future, as previously mentioned. My planned transfers for this week initially was only Ollie Watkins to replace Alexander Isak up front. However, with the Champions League fixture the team's just announced that it's for Aston Villa against PSG. Rashford is starting up front once again. It surprises me because if you watch the game at the weekend, when Watkins came on for Villa, he changed it. Physical presence up front, he looked a completely different animal to Rashford. It's always been the same when Rashford has been played as a lone striker. He just doesn't have that build, that drive, and the pressing game that's needed. But Watkins has once again been dropped. Can I see him playing that game at the weekend? It would be a gamble. But I do think I'm still going to go there, as Rashford is classified as a midfielder in this game. So with Watkins being the only option for Isak, I think that is a transfer that is much needed in my team. And the last of the 3 of my transfers, Mikel Arteta being one of them, coming in for Eddie Howe. Ollie Watkins coming in for Alexander Isak. The final one. Is it nostalgia? One last swan song for Kevin De Bruyne. Yes, he will be my 3rd transfer in this week, more than likely. Team news and injury news. Just if anything pops up, it might change, but currently that is where I'm stood. He will be coming in for Phil Foden, who has been a massive disappointment since wildcarding him in a few weeks back. He's had a few minutes off the bench. Some games he's not even been played. He's not even been in the squad, injury-wise. Kevin De Bruyne at the weekend showed exactly what kind of a footballer he is. I'm hoping for the last 6 weeks of this season, 6 game weeks that is, he can reproduce a bit of magic and just lift my team up the rankings. But it'd be nice to see his face, have him in my team, and genuinely, it's one of those transfers where you just put in and smile just because of the player that he is. You get to watch him week in, week out, not only hoping for points, but you get to watch how he moves. So Kevin De Bruyne will be the player out of the three transfers that will 100% be coming in this week for me. That concludes today's video. A little look at our team ahead of game week 33, deadline at the weekend. Transfers up in the air, chips still yet to be decided, but that is a rough outline of where the last few weeks and my team will be heading. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment and subscribe. I want to hear down below how your week has gone, and if there's any players still to play. How many doublers do you have in that Newcastle Palace fixture? The socials will also be down below in the description. Check out my X, Instagram and TikTok. Thank you for watching this video, and there will be a new one very shortly.